I'm going to be on two screens. Mistake. Let's get rid of that guy. And stay here. Ooh, that was weird. Internet issues all day today. My beautiful internet provider, which is called Spectrum, decided to S the bed and therefore ruin my usual intro. Came up on two browsers. I had no internet most of the day. I didn't even realize because I was on cellular that there was no internet. So I finally got a hold of them on the phone. About 1 o'clock, they came over. They found out there was some kind of wire. It had something to do with how cold it is in New York City. So cheers, everybody. Sorry for being 15 minutes late, but I had no way to broadcast live. Great to see everybody. Let's see who's in the room. Starting out with the incomparable Scotty H. Lord H. Number one in our hearts and on the Bashers. This coffee, Drew B. Coffee. Drew B. Basher of the year for his for Eileen or for Kay. I don't even remember what the second choice was, but when he decides on what to call that beautiful new baby that they have, I guess we all can't wait. I didn't put a poll up because that's not fair. It's a family decision and it should be just that. Mr. Mike Callan, Scotty H. Cheers to you all. Happy Wednesday Bashers. Hey man, happy Wednesday Bashers to you, my dearest. Great to see you. Dave Fahrenheit 451. Upvoted. Just upvote if you can to the show. It's a daily show. It's Dirk Daily. We're here every single day to have a little party with the gang and say hi. All the beautiful Bashers, the beautiful Bashers, the beautiful. That's Melly C's theme song. The beautiful Bashers, the beautiful Bashers. Should do a cover of that, right? The beautiful people. Marilyn Manson, I heard, is extremely litigious when it comes to people touching his music. I guess that's because of all the legal mumbo jumbo he's always involved in. Oh boy. Well, if you don't want all that legal mumbo jumbo, don't be so damn provocative, Marilyn. RP 1960, ugh, number 4, chubby thumbs, and I can't type fast enough. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Chubby fingers. No, who has chubby fingers? Nobody has chubby fingers. I'm sure your hands are quite beautiful. I've seen them in photographs. Dean, at Scotty H, my count, so close, but yet so far. Like 3 miles far. Long. It's a long, long way from home. Try harder. Dave Fahrenheit 451. You let them have it. He was after the 5th spot, and he got the 5th spot. Meticulous as he is. The way he did it. Incredible. Right. Tick-tock, fishy food, feeding time. Ooh, I thought that was a cute thumbnail today. I really enjoyed it. 7th, yay, Bastards. Daniel Gutierrez. How are you, Dan? Great to see you. He's DG now. Let's just call him DG because that's his style. Late to the bash. I was 15 minutes late, buddy. Because I had no internet. It just wasn't working. You go over to that router, and I'm hardwired for this particular place. I saw that the router is red, and if the router is red, blinking red, it means that the modem is not working. So I saw the modem, and there was no lights on it. I couldn't believe what's happening here. Why is there no internet? What's happened? But it's 11 degrees in New York City. It is so unbelievably cold, hideous. How cold is it, or how warm is it where you are? I hope it's warm wherever you are. Hope it is, because it's terrible here. Absolutely terrible. Panel Power. Good evening, all. Good evening to you, buddy. Hey, Panel Power. How are you? Richard Petrie's here. Hey, great to see you back on the live stream. Hope everyone's having a great week. Great to see you live. And Proust Stuttgart, who was number 1 the other day. This week, I love that. Stuttgart. I've said this before a million times. Stuttgart is the place where I had the best Mexican food in my life. Go figure. It was amazing. This week's Grail here. First guy out of the gate with a Grail watch. Vacheron Constantin 82035/000R-. Oh, this is a big one. This is like an Omega reference. 9359 40 by 40 in pink gold. So I guess the first thing that I should do is go find that, right? Let me go find that. That's the 82035. 820 2035. Let's see. Okay, the H2035 slash double 000R. Couldn't give me an easy one, right? R. Is this the one? Oh boy. Is that the one? Let's find out. Yeah, I guess it is. Oh boy. Yeah, this is the one that we all want, my friend. So hey, keep talking about that. This is on Chrono. Okay, that's just where it is. Okay, well, sure. I mean, holy crap! Around 21,879. That's a Grail watch price. I don't know why when I use Chrome, I'm a Safari user. I have to admit, I'm an Apple guy, and I generally don't use the Google browser for anything other than this show. It's really weird the way Chrono 24 comes up on my screen. It comes up really blown up. It's an absolutely beautiful watch, though. Let's take a look at a couple of pictures of it. Everybody, sure. Incredible. I mean, that is just absurdly beautiful. Absurd. Yeah, I mean, a Grail watch indeed. And Vacheron. Vacheron as well. Just Vacheron's crazy. Beautiful stuff, man. Absolutely beautiful. That's got to be a Grail watch to so many people, I would imagine. Melly C is here. Happy hump day, beautiful people. Happy hump day to you, darling. How are you? And Andrew Wolkowicz with Canadian $5. The hoodie arrived. Okay. Hey, you know what's funny? I was on the phone with Carolyn today, and we were just double checking on everybody. Melly C got hers today. You got yours today. Hitesh, I don't know if you're in the room right now. Did you send me something today? Yeah, we were just talking about tracking all the things, and Canada being the 51st state, you'd think it would get there faster, and nothing has gotten there fast. So I'm so glad. Thank you, Carolyn and Dirk. Upvote and subscribe, everybody, and be a basher. Be an inspiration for everybody, man. That's the way to go. Thank you, buddy boy. And it's the Super Tech Gong for Andrew Wolkowicz. Thank you, buddy. You are the best. Just trying to re-find one of my tabs that disappeared when that double thing came up and surprised the crap out of me. And I got it. Okay, good. I was worried. I had some stuff planned for the my little certification chat, because that's a very interesting thing to talk about. And we could talk about that. I just want to say hi to everybody in the room first before I do anything technical and stupid. Dave Fahrenheit 451. Good, Dean. Good day, sir. And the incomparable Renaissance. Julian says, nothing is ever the same as they said it was. Ain't that the truth? The last man on earth sat alone in a room. There was a knock on the door. I love that. The last man on earth sat alone in a room. There was a knock at the door. No one escapes from life alive. That's an amazing line. God, that's a great line. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world there was only one of him. Wow. These are hardcore. Hell is empty and all the devils are here. I'd like to hear Richard Burton do that. Unbelievable. And Mart is here, and the beautiful Bronson. Upvote everybody and subscribe. We got to see him in the wild, looking great. Angelo, Minichello. Evening, everybody. Hey, Dirk. Hey, Angela. Great to see you. How are you? And Joe says, too many grails, too little cash. I mean, you know what's really cool if you're Grail watch? I mean, listen, it all depends on how far you got into this game. Some people like aspire for like the big ass brands. Some people don't, like the Trinity. Everybody wants Patek or AP or Vacheron, and that's great. And I don't think anybody instantly falls in love with those big watches. First you see the Oris, or you see the Tissot, or you see a Tag Heuer, or Omega, or whatever, and then you think, everybody thinks in the back of their head, oh, Rolex is, I don't think lay people are aware of the fact of the high horology brands. They just know baubles, like anything in jewelry or, flashy, shiny, ornamental things. I don't think anybody instantly says, looks at a Patek and says, that's got to be the ultimate watch, because it doesn't look like the ultimate watch. What looks like the ultimate watch? Probably to somebody who doesn't know, they think probably Hublot. The more garish something looks, people go for it. The more showy and flashy. It's only when you get in the game and then you find out, wow, I can't believe none of those 3 brands are COSC certified. Why not? Why not? It's a very funny thing about how, the biggest watches in the world, the absolute biggest watches in the world, don't do that, and there's the Geneva. So we'll talk about it in a minute, but it's a very interesting thing how important it is, and how Omega's got a new one that they just came up with, and it's gonna break all the molds of certification for watches and timekeeping and horology and all that stuff. Will it make a difference? Does anybody really care? Does anybody really care? iBashers could have used that. Could have used some regulator. Here's Hiteshi. Hi, all. It's hump day. It is indeed. It is indeed. Mr. Kevin Hawthorne is here. Congratulations on all of your TV appearances. You deserve all the acclaim you could possibly get. Amazing. Fill my eyes with that double vision. 1 is enough. 2 is a no-no. Yeah, it's funny. When I hit the show, both browsers were open. And I was like, do I have 2 browsers? I had 2 browsers open because earlier I was like, why is this internet not working? Nuts. Fergal's here. Good evening, Dirk and the Bashers. On my 6th 12-hour shift in a row, he shattered. Because what are you working towards? Now, here's a perfect example of a guy that's got some heavy-hitting timepieces. He does. But what is his passion? It's Christopher Ward. Christopher Ward is not a stratospheric brand, though it could be in time when people, as the brand evolves, because the design language is there. It looks like high horology. There's so many incredible designs in that brand. I mean, there's something for everybody at Christopher Ward. I mean, they have elegant and dressy and sporty and flashy and colorful. It's incredible company. I have, thanks to Fergal, I have really fallen in love with that brand. I think I'd love to have a Christopher Ward. Absolutely would love it. Tribby, you need to make amends with nobody. With nobody. That's good English. You don't need to make amends with nobody, bro. That's very New York. You don't have to make any amends with nobody. Ginger's here. Hey, Dirk. Hey, Ginge. Great to see you. The great. Look at that movement. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Those old Omega movements are just the cat's pajamas. Pajamas is a great word. In New York, we say pajamas. Now, in the rest of, I believe the British say pajamas, right? Pajamas. The Midwesterns go pajamas. Pajamas. We say pajamas. It's very interesting the way accents change, the way words work. Okay, Canadian boy. Hey, here's a question I have. Because Angelo, I know, is here. Now, he's in your neck of the woods. I don't know who's in a colder region. I have no way of knowing such a thing. It's Canada. It's cold. He's got so much non fossil fuel in his life. For those of you who know Angelo, know that he's got a fleet of electric vehicles and his house is solar powered, and he's really I don't know if he's entirely off the grid, but he's really working on having a zero carbon footprint. When it comes to the intense cold like that, does it have any kind of major impact on you, Angelo? Well, the solar's not, because you're storing it, but it's still storing it in cells, right? What are the ramifications of really in real life? Because we hear about this on paper and in articles and things like that, but in real life, how does really the real cold affect the battery performance and or its ability to function? because I don't really know. I need to ask a guy like that. Mr. Andy M is here. The 2 screens, Dirk in 3D. Quick grab the glasses. It was so weird too, because I just went on because I was on my phone, and, saying I'd be 15 minutes after the hour. And when I came back into the studio, and I just said, "Oh, great, it's up. I see the signal." I hit live, and then 2 screens came up, and I was like, "Oh shit, which one do I use?" Because I'm afraid that I'm going to lose my tabs, which I did indeed do. Which I'm looking at these things in the background right now to make sure I can find what I had before, because it was very, very, very cool. I had. Let me see if I have them both. I had some cool. Yeah, now I have them both. Oh, okay, great. Fergal says, P.S. Dirk, I did a deep dive into the Omega extract and has been discontinued. Has it really? I guess my buddy Joe got in there late, because he got one last year, or maybe it was the year before. What a shame. Omega, and this is, that's my favorite brand, always has been. And, I don't know if that'll ever change. It just, I've always been an Omega fan, and I like Reynold Eichelman. I think he's done a great job with the brand. I think that they've been taking too many cues from Rolex. And everybody in this room loves Rolex. Most of us either have one or want one, or, Rolex kind of is the stock market of the watch community. They do a lot of incredibly shitty things to their people, to their fans. They make their watches elusive, and they put you on a list, and they make you feel lesser than. And they, if you don't have box and papers, it's kind of a big deal, and they won't give you jack. And, it's kind of the wrong way to run. And, they're very hidden in their profits, and because they're a registered charity, it's a shadowy company. It's a shadowy company. You don't know how they do a lot of stuff. Ooh, they make their own metal. Woo, woo, woo. But Omega has kind of been copycatting them for a while now. And, it's like wait lists and stuff like that. I just think it's so crap. I really think it's crap. However, they're another one. They have superlative chronograph, and we'll get into that with the whole thing. Omega and all the other brands, like I guess when you're really the biggest brands and the hottest brands, not the hottest, but the most revered brands in the world, you don't need Metas and you don't need COSC. You'll just do it in-house, and just everyone will believe you. Damn it. I guess that's how it works. I just thought that was such a beautiful thing that you could go back and do that and get an extract. I just thought it was one of the most beautiful things, that you could take a 1949 watch or 1950s watch and go get the extract. We got it for Paul's watch. His 1953 Omega calendar, Seamaster calendar. And I just thought that was such a nice thing. You get the certificate, they give you a little box. It was beautiful. That's a shame. I'm sorry to hear that. That's kind of depressing to me. I'm really sorry to hear that. I think they should rethink that, Angela Minikilo, I will have to write you a long form email, but short form, I am very pleased so far. Great. Hey, it doesn't need to be that wordy unless you want to write me. I love to read stuff. I'd be happy to read it. That's great, because you live almost in the tundra. You guys are way up there. The Great White North. Ray, my motorbike is 20 years old. I trickle charge battery till it reaches over 12.5 once a week. Okay. So you have an electric bike there in the West. So you got an email today, because Ray here at the iBashers network, we want to keep our bashers happy. Ray's package was returned to sender. And it was because of customs in Ireland. They sent it back. And as you know, so far, my personal experience, because I did not ship this package, Ireland has been nothing but a pain in the arse. They the Fergal thing was just, what was that? 6 times Fergal? It was the 6th time the charm. I don't remember how many times that was that I sent Fergal his. That was the Laverne card and CD thing. That was March. That was almost a year ago. And I don't even know when he got it. When did you get it finally? September? I don't even remember. It was so many tries, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month. And then it got no word tracking, just said Ireland. And then, 6 times is just absolutely, it's just so not fair. And, everybody points the blame at everybody. Oh, no, it's the US's fault. No, it's on pushed. And well, I don't know what the problem is, but we're going to remedy that because it came back and it went out again to you today. So sorry for that, but good things come to those who wait, and you're the best. So thank you. Mike Catlin, the Chris Ward Bel Canto is amazing. Yeah, well, let's look at that. Let's look at the Chris Ward Bel Canto. Act 2. Is this? I hope they have a new iteration of this. I got to sit down and really just enjoy this. Oh yeah, that thing is nuts. I mean, this is. Do you like these, Angelo? Do you like Chris Ward? This is kind of falls within the Angelo. He's got such unusual tastes for innovation and aesthetic. It's a very pretty thing. Let me see what else I can do. Oh yeah, the work that they do here. Look at the polishing and it is just so high level. Look at that, man. That is just. These are beautiful. The watch that became a worldwide phenomenon, enabled by FS01 module with the Salida. I guess at the end of the day, because they use a Salida SW200, one of the greatest, most Sherman tank of movements in the industry. I don't know. Is it because they do that? Rolex did it. Omega did it. Everybody did it. Everybody used Lamagna or Etta or whatever. Look at these things. They're just absolutely works of art. They're so gorgeous. Everything about it is just, it's amazing. Now, if I saw that on the street and I was a watch thief, I would totally mug that guy. Wouldn't you totally mug the guy that's wearing that watch? Look at that. Look at the shimmer on that. It's like a moire. Absolutely astonishing. Absolutely astonishingly beautiful. With the new guilloche. They do, man, what they do for guilloche. Wow. That is absolutely beautiful. Incredible. Rendered by a femto laser that creates an even more intricate surface than with traditional by hand method. Wow, the color's just outstanding. I don't know who is in charge. I need to do a deeper dive. And thanks for that, Fergal, because you've turned so many people onto this brand, and it's just so beautiful. Azzurro, look at them being all Italian. Oro. Come on, what's the next one? Verde. Rosso. Come on. Argento. Perfetto. Okay. Oh boy, that's great. Look at this. There's hand finishing going on there. Listen, he's wearing little thumb condoms and everything. It's got the thumb jimmies on. Yeah, the chime that started all. It's incredible. Incredible. Like look at the complication on this thing. It's absolutely insane. It's got a chime. It's a chime. Triumphant November the bell. It won the Petite Aiguille. Incredible. Yeah, it's beautiful and worth it. And look at the price. Isn't that even crazier? Like this is nuts that this is less than 5,000 US dollars. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Incredible. Chris Ward, man. Absolutely incredible. What an incredible thing. It is stunning, yeah. Bel Canto is cool. Tempting. Who's got a chime? Those watches cost so much money usually. Gutted as you wanted a couple of the extracts. Yeah. Doesn't that suck? That that's the one thing when you I wonder if Sheen did that with his Seamaster, because his first Seamaster, when he first started getting into the watch game, he bought it off on eBay. He didn't really know yet. Nobody knows when they buy their first anything. They just see what they like we talked about. Ooh, what's that? He wanted a really nice watch. He knew Omega was a great company, and he bought it, sight unseen from eBay. It could have gone either way, but it turns out he loves this watch more than anything, the Seamaster 300M. And the second iteration of the GoldenEye, that's what he has, because the first one, of course, was quartz, and my father-in-law has that. And it's funny because he always used to say, "Oh, too bad it's quartz watch," and I used to say, "No, but it's the first version of the GoldenEye." So, and quartz shame. I did a show on quartz shame not years ago, because I've been doing this for years. Last year, and I just think it's when it comes to Roger Smith or A Lange Zona, sure, batteries and watches, it's fine. But, the watch you have and the watch you love is the watch you want. And who cares? Look at Citizen, one of the most incredible mechanical movements in the whole world. There's so much different combinations and marriages of technology, and it's all pretty cool. But that particular watch now is going for a much higher number than it used to. It used to be like, oh, that's quartz. You can't even sell that thing. But certain watches have attained a certain thing. Look at there's a guy called the Naked Watchmaker. I don't think I need to introduce him to anybody because he's got a big channel on YouTube. And he's, I don't know what his accent is. It's Middle Eastern or something, but he's got his little boy in the background on voice only. And they have a really cute repartee. And he just recently did a Citizen chronograph quartz, and it was just such an interesting thing. And I was thinking to myself, my God, this guy's not only a watchmaker, but he has to have, a whole different set of skills, because it's not just watchmaking. Yeah, sure, if you're a watchmaker, you have to know how different watches work, three-handers and chronographs and all different kinds of things. You have to learn all the complications and movements. It's crazy, how many levels of talent there are with a great watchmaker. But, add on top of that, he has to have a knowledge of how a quartz system works and electronics and all that stuff. Fantastic stuff. Interesting. And how did I get on that? I don't know, but thanks for yeah. I don't. Oh, I wonder if he ever got his extract for that. I don't know. It's Carl and Martin, the girl with the wrench. Hello, old bashers. Hello there, lovely girl. Look at your watch there. Do you have any new pictures of your watch? Of your come on. It's Wednesday. You got a watch that is absolutely 1,000,000% a Grail watch for so many people. The elusive green dial Datejust in 36 on a Jubilee bracelet. Come on, girl. Send us a couple of teasy pictures. Everybody would love it. Mike Callan says, I thought Dirk was drinking more wine and split in half. I have a split personality. It was such a weird thing. It popped up and went, ah. And then, of course, I closed the window that I didn't want to close. But what are you going to do? Franco Fiore says, please upvote. Hey, upvote if you can. It's a gesture of kindness, and we thank you very much for that. If you watch the show, if you're a fan of the show, if you want to be a basher, who doesn't want to be a basher? Who doesn't? It's just a nice little gang of folks that get together. We're not perfect, but God damn it, we're here. Angelo, you have unusual taste. Do you like chocolate? He's got... Look, this is the word I always use when I talk about Angelo. Curated. I feel like, and I met the guy, I sat across from a table with him. He has an air of elegance that's just very understated. He's a super gentleman, great dresser, etc., beautiful conversationalist. But you almost think like you're talking to like the director of a museum because of his wealth of knowledge and the way he speaks to you in ways you can really understand. We talked about so much stuff that day. We spent the better part of an afternoon and evening together, and it was really a favorite night of mine. Eating our super al dente pasta, It was undercooked. I like al dente, and so does he. We were both like, should we say something? But it was late. But yeah, and his taste is so rounded. I hope one day to get to the point where my mind is as open as his, and that I see things with the way his eyes see things. Because I still think I'm stuck in a little bit of a rut of the things I've always liked. You know, I like 1950s and 60s aesthetics, and I'm a bit of a retro sci-fi nerd, and if it's not Gibson Fender, I don't give a shit. I'm not like, guitars are another big thing in my world, and instruments are a big thing in my world. And I take serious offense at the brand that's known as Paul Reed Smith. I just think they're offensive. I think that they steal tone from people. I'm not a fan. But that's the thing. I wish I was more open to being like, somebody says, "Oh, that's a really great Paul Reed Smith. You should play." Because I did own one for a very short period of time. Because like a friend of mine owed me a couple bucks, and he said, "This is a guitar I don't really need. How about you just hold on to this for a while?" And then finally just said, "Would you keep it?" And I don't think I had even touched it, because I've always had a little problem with them. I had it for a couple of months and I let it go. I got rid of it. And it's the only guitar I've ever had and sold. And it's probably because I never bought it. It was kind of just, well, it was kind of like I kind of got it in a trade. And I'm very happy to say that I have good company with a couple of friends, Emmett, where we just hate those guitars. And it's fun. We love to hate on them because in my particular estimation, they're beautifully made. Paul Reed Smith is a lovely guy, and they're very beautiful to look at. But to me, they look like coffee tables because there's too much fancy burling and wood going on. And to me, rock and roll doesn't really look like that unless it's on a Sunburst from 1959. For me, it's like, if you can't get it with a Gibson and a Fender, you just probably can get it. And to a lesser extent, I'll allow Gretsch there, because Gretsch is a great company. I own one. I love them. And everybody kind of does. And a Rickenbacker 12. There's the big old brands. But I wish I had that aesthetic that he has. He finds, like, I didn't know about a whole bunch of brands like De Bethune and stuff like. I didn't really know. It takes a master to teach the Padawan about things. Anyway, I'm just gonna gush on about you. Yes, I have not gone there yet, but it is very. I knew you'd like the aesthetic, because I could tell. I'm learning, my friend. I'm learning, and that's all we can do. Every single day is a learning curve. Isn't it great to learn new stuff every day? Knowledge is power, and knowledge is like air to me. I like to be wrong too. I don't mind being wrong. Why would I mind being wrong? I like being corrected. I'm grateful, like when I, when I practice my Italian every day. If I've got an Italian speaker, be it Paul or Oshin or Emmett or whomever, I mean, if I pronounce a word wrong or get the conjugate wrong, because English is on its own island pretty much. So you have to realize the way words are conjugated, and sometimes you think you see the formula, and then like, oh well, that one's the one rule breaker, and you're like, I give up. Incredible stuff. Andrew says, for certain countries, it might be easier to find someone traveling there and ask them to drop any mail in the yeah, well, sure. If I knew anybody was going to Waterloo or the Great White North or Manitoba or one of those places way up there. Canada is so goddamn big. Is it technically much bigger than the United States? It has to be, right? Because you have all the Yukon and Northern Territories. It has to be. It has to be. It has to be. Too big to be a state. Nice blue, yeah. Ray says, Dirk, is it better to write gift? No, we always write gift on the parcel, my darling. No. That's the rule of thumb, my friend. It's always a gift, because if it's commercial, then they will make you pay when you get to on push. They'll say, there's a tariff on here. You Mr. Rainian, are you there? Right, that'd be 40 quid. You don't call it quid anymore over there, right? They're named in Italian because it's the Bel Canto. That's correct. Indeed. Bel Canto is means beautiful singing for those of you out of the know, and it is the most beautiful form of singing as well. And all of my favorite singers, like Monsieur Caballé, they are Bel Canto singers. Technically, Luciano Pavarotti was Bel Canto also, and nobody will ever sing as good as that guy. I don't care. It's not Gibson and it's not Fender. Because at the end of the day, I can't imagine anybody being better than Pavarotti. There's lots of great singers out there. And don't even go to the Placido Domingo and Jose Carreras thing. And those guys are great singers, but they ain't him. And, Maria Callas, La Divina. Amazing. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there, I hope, that enjoy opera because it's an incredible thing. She studied Bel Canto, but she didn't have the lightness and the air and the coloraturiness to do that kind of stuff. And she's Maria Callas, and it's just she's a singular entity, and there's no doubt about that. But for my money, Monsieur Caballé, just that's Bel Canto to me. It's so beautiful, literally means beautiful singing. So my calendar Bel Canto is cheaper than a brick. Sure is. Breguet, that's another one of those crazy things, right? Breguet gets on everybody's list. It sure does, Oh no, sorry to hear that, Ray Ray. Yeah, we had the ultimate but we'll be talking about that for years, won't we, Fergal? It has to be tasty, not especially expensive. Yeah, absolutely. The Avanti, that looks like 100. That looks like how much a Richard meal? And I'm not saying because shape-wise, it's very similar to that aesthetic. But Richard Mille costs all that money, and I don't find them attractive in any way, shape, or form. They're the PRS of watches for me. I don't get it. I don't like them. I don't have any interest in trying one on, or I can't be coerced that they're great. I don't care because I just think they ugly. They ugly. But Avanti has a similar shape, and it looks way classier. Looks like something presented to the royal court. I think there's so much more elegance in that brand's execution on the way they do stuff. I don't, it's weird. That's to your point. Those don't cost $250,000. They're not cheap. They're not cheap. Like $5,000 is cheap. Those watches are much more expensive. Oh, you guys are talking amongst yourselves. I won't chime in on that. Dean's got a great point here, though. Christopher Ward should be giving you a 30% discount as you are the ambassador. Tudor and Beckham Ward has Fergal. Yeah, look at that. Tudor have Beckham and Ward has Fergal. Yeah, are they aware of that? You know what I'm going to do? I know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to say anything, but I'm going to do something. I have no power. However, I have this, and I have this. And I do write my own sermons. For anybody's, I was accused of using AI to write my Sunday Mass epistles, which is fine. I don't. I write them on a Word document, and I do read them. But thanks. It's pretty cool. Here we go. The trick. No, it isn't. Yeah, the trick is marked as a gift. It has to have a value listed. Also $10. Yeah, that's the thing. It went out today with a $10 thing. I think maybe it was $7.50 or $6.50. But always this gift. The one I did learn that because I didn't have it marked as gift at one point. Oh my God! Look who's in the room. Oh my God, Eddie, where have you been? Cold out. Sack this pig right now. Where have you been? I haven't seen you on a live show in 100 million years. It's Eddie. Hey, everybody. Great to see you in the room, pal. Mike Callan says, I love sexy watch stuff. That Rolex is my Grail. Yeah, see, that's the thing, Everybody's got different taste. Everybody's got a different Grail. And, mine for the longest time was, and I don't know if I have that particular itch anymore. It was the, CK2915, but I'll never have one of those. It's just beyond, they're at Christie's and they're at, Sotheby's now. Had I got into this or gotten smartened up when I was a 20-year-old man, I would have got them much cheaper, or so many other watches. We're always late to the party. always late to the party and trying to figure out exactly what's going on there, which is just absolute crap. You know, I don't know. That's just how I feel. And Joe loves my sermons. Thanks. I make them up. I don't. I don't use AI, which is nice. Hey, look at that, Wayne Grow, and you are packing like a meat truck. I always tell people I can talk a dog off a meat truck. I don't know where I heard that line, but I always thought it was funny. That's so funny. And thank you, Joe. That's very important. I write songs and stuff, so hopefully I can. I'm a good letter writer, and you know what? I'm very successful when I write to a company and say, I just recently got my Lodge Dutch oven replaced, and I take very, very good care, but I do use it every single day. However, Dirk is a vegetarian. Dirk does not put big bones or things in his, because it's glass. Dutch ovens are glass. It's cast iron with like, crazy, you know, glass covering, and they're beautiful to look at. And Le Creuset has a lifetime warranty. It turns out so does Lodge under certain circumstances. So I just took pictures of it. I said, listen, I don't cook bones. There's never been any metal in here. I just make stews and soups and things like that. And I had a little bit of flaking that happened in my Dutch oven. I wrote them a very nice letter. And what did they do? They sent me a brand new one. And they told me to dispose of my old one. And I just felt so bad. I still have it because I loved this one. And they didn't have that color anymore. And I loved it, which was kind of like this aquamarine. It was really pretty. But also my Breville oven, when it snapped, when it went out, I wrote them a letter. And, it's like treating people nicely when you go to the restaurant. Nothing is more unforgivable than treating wait staff bad in restaurants. This is the only thing that's acceptable in a restaurant is this. If you see them and they're not, around, just go, because you want the check. But any of this stuff, unless it's taking a really long time. But I've been in service, had been in service for a really long time. I like saying it past tense. And it's been unbelievable how I've seen people behave, treating people. Maybe it's different in America because we have the tipping system, which Europeans don't understand. And for the most part, it's not that they don't understand that we have it. It's they don't understand why we have it. It's just been set up for many, many years that waiters and waitresses and bartenders get paid a pittance on their paycheck. And the bulk of their salary comes from the tip that you give them. Who started it? I don't really even know. But once you get certified, you can actually demand more money from your employer. It has many advantages. The advantages are that you have the ability to make your own money by being great at what you do and almost forcing the customer to give you a better tip because they had such a great experience. Because your tip is based on, yes, there's minimum is 15%. 20% is kind of like the average these days because inflation. That's all going to change now. But the other disadvantage is that the prices in restaurants used to be lower because they don't have to pay their staff so much money. They could keep the prices reasonable. Now, we all know that that's not true anymore. You go to a restaurant where they pay their waitstaff a pittance, and they're still charging the market rates that everybody else does. It's nonsense. So it hasn't worked out in a long time. But to retool that whole thing and just do a blanket, it would probably put everybody out of business because all of a sudden your payroll would go through the roof. I'm not saying I'm for it or against it. When we go to Europe, we still tip our waiters. It depends on the situation. Of course, you don't want to insult people because they do have careers. They do make a living wage. Some people are. I once had a bartender in Ireland, and I was with my family, and I think we were in Dublin, and it was late at night, and my nieces all wanted mojitos, and I was like, oh no, I'm so sorry, but can I have 10 mojitos? And she's like, yeah. And then when she was done, I went to give her a 20 euro tip, and she got angry at me. She goes, I make a wage. This is a career. I'm not you Yanks, And I was like, oh, okay. And because she was snippy with me, I left it on the bar and I went, that's for you anyway. Because she didn't need to get insulted to me. It's mojitos. No bartender likes making mojitos. Here's the secret. Bartenders in a busy bar, they want to make you a scotch and soda. If you're at one of these fancy places and the guy's wearing suspenders and he's got torches and carbon and all that stuff, that's a different story. But when you're in a regular bar and you go, can I have a pink squirrel, or can I have a, it's not a martini or a Manhattan. Those are involved too, but not as, with heavy duty, like signature cocktails. Generally the restaurant will have the bar set up so that those drinks are able to be made. They'll have their elixirs and tonics and tinctures and all those things. They'll have them available, so it's at the ready. But if you go up and you say mojito, a mojito is a very intensive drink. There's a lot of muddling and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, it's a lot of work. I was like, I wouldn't want to make 10 of those in a row at 11 o'clock at night. And in my American family, I'm so sorry. And, she could have been nicer. Anyway, that's my story. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Anyway, so let's just have a little chitter chatter about the following thing. And I think this is very interesting. I don't know. We could talk about it for a little while or as long as you want. So here it is. The differences between watches and quality seals. Now, the watch that's on your wrist right now might very well be certified. It might very well not be certified. And it's a very interesting thing. There's a lot of different things here. And there was a chart here that I thought was really interesting. So, okay, so we all know what COSC is, right? It's the Contrôle Officiel Suisse du Chronomètre. Now, this is cost-friendly brands like Tudor and Tag Heuer use that. But Omega uses it, and Rolex does not. I believe that Patek Philippe used them for many, many years. They used to use the Geneva seal for many years. So COSC testing takes a total of 15 days. Mean variations in rates, the greatest variation in rates, lots of different tests. And then, there's a thing between like -4 and +6 seconds per day. That's the standard for COSC. So when you find out when a brand such as Omega, because they're all COSC, and now they use Metas, and then they have their new one as well, which is very interesting. And that's like the Geneva seal. Now, this was a Patek thing, and Patek doesn't have it on their watches anymore. You see that there? Chopard. So many brands use this. So many great brands use this. It's from 1886. The Geneva seal is one of the most esteemed chronometer certifications. Chopard, Vacheron, Constantin. Now, they're the only ones out of the big ones that do it. The Trinity, the only certified watch out of the Trinity that is with the Geneva seal is Vacheron, which AP's got nothing. We test in-house. Patek Philippe, well, at least they gave theirs a name, right? Incredible stuff. And then there's Metas, the Master Chronometer Certification, Omega's thing. In addition to COSC, and they have a new one now. So they've gone a step further than Metas, which is really crazy. But that's really, really very cool here that you get that. And people love that. So when you think about it, when you get a watch that is, let's say you get a Patek Philippe, a new Patek Philippe. Their older versions had the Geneva seal, so it went through a certain particular industry-wide standard. Of course, it was the only one in its day that was that had any kind of control over quality assurance. And then as the brands, COSC came into effect, and then they got, because obviously they have to pay for that. There's probably some kind of effect on pricing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The big brands, other than Vacheron, decided to walk away from that. And AP's got like nothing going on, but everybody loves AP, right? They all love AP. Let me find out what this thing is called. Omega's new testing. Yeah, here it is. I'll pull this up. But I think it's really interesting because, Omega's doing some pretty cool shit lately. They have been. Let's see what's going on here with Omega's new thing. But interesting. Can you go away? Don't do that. Move over COSC. Omega launches a brand new chronometer certification and the creation of, here it is, the Laboratoire de Précision. And that's the thing that they did in last April. So they're going to expand upon that whole thing. And it's incredible that they're doing that. And it makes you wonder why that they're doing that. According to the Swiss accreditation services, for half a century, accuracy testing is done by the Contrôle Officiel COSC as we know it, and has come to define what we consider to be the base of truly accurate watches. Without COSC, we would not have the iconic watches we know branded as certified chronometers. Now, of course, it doesn't say that on Rolex. It says superlative chronometer, because that Rolex does their in-house stuff too. It's very interesting. And while Omega is behind the setup of the development of this new laboratory de precision, it does not plan to use it just for itself. Yes, they're going to offer this to other people, because look at the crazy ass shit. You know, talking about chimes, right? Look at that action, my friends. Look at this, you know, because they're trying to get into this whole, you know, I guess they're just trying to play catch up, you know, I guess. That's absolutely gorgeous, though, isn't it, though? It's absolutely gorgeous. They've been trying for quite a while to figure out, you know, they were a much bigger thing in the game. They had much more skin in the game back in the day. You know, it's fantastic stuff. So let me go back to this page, because I have a little chart here and it shows you the differences between the two. And I think this is very, very fascinating. So big bang boom. Let's see how that appears on the screen. Great, you can see it. Can I blow this up all the way? Let me get me off the screen. I'm going to go full screen with this thing, okay? Full screen. There you go. Yeah, that's good. Can I just do the whole thing? There you go. This is a very interesting thing here. So here's all. I hate these drop-down menus. So when it comes to, you got the chronometer, master chronometer, superlative chronometer, Geneva seal, and the Patek Philippe seal, and the chronometer German, which is very interesting for German. You know, obviously it's not in Switzerland. So when it comes to chronometer Swiss, you know, that means the COSC, established in 73. Who are the brands? The big hitters are Breitling, Omega, Rolex, etc., which is really cool. And on top of that, they do their superlative thing, which is, you know, Rolex has got their shit together. What is the requirement? -4 +6 per day. Testing duration is 15 days. Testing in 5 positions and 3 temperatures. What is tested? The movement. So it's just the movement. Interesting to know. An additional criteria, it has to be Swiss made. Great. Then we've got Metas, right? So that was established in 2015, in our year 2015. Omega and Tudor are the big heavy hitters in there, and it's -0 +5 seconds per day, and it's the COSC test plus an additional 10 days. So everything that happens over at COSC plus 10 days, 6 positions, 2 temperatures, magnetic resistance, and a fully cased watch, which is great. And it also has to be anti-magnetic up to 15,000 Gauss. So it all starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Now, what's the deal with Rolex? Rolex is, they established, well, it's always said that on there, but their dealio is -2 +2. We all have heard that a million times. Rolex is +2 -2. So it's the COSC test plus an unspecified internal testing. And this is where, as you start getting up in the big brands, where it starts to get a bit cloudy, shady, shadowy. Obviously, they're a great company. We know that they're not going to put out something, but they have their own unregulated testing, and that is called their superlative chronometer. And 7 positions and an exclusive methodology. It's exclusive, like the wait list. And it is a fully cased watch performance. Also, pressure tested 10% above water. So it needs to be 10% more than what's written on the box. What's on the tin, as we love to say. Now, listen. The oldest one in the whole wide world is the Canton de Genève, right? 1886, that was the standard that everybody used for the longest time. Vacheron Constantin is the only one out of the big three, but Roger Dubuis, Cartier, Patek used to have it. It's -1 +1. It's tested for 7 days, and it's a continually rotating, then stopping at random positions. And it's a cased watch, craftsman, not just the mechanics, but it's also the craftsmanship, how it's put together. Assembled and regulated in the Canton de Genève. And then we have Patek Philippe. In 2009, they walked away from the Geneva seal, and they're the only brand that uses it. -3 +2 seconds per day, and up to 50 days total. That's pretty crazy, though. 50 days total. Wow. 6 positions, fully cased watch, and craftsmanship and performance. Very similar to Geneva Shield. They'd always done that. And the greatest positional deviation of -4 seconds per day, minimum 30 meters of water resistance. Incredible. And then there's the last one, which is, right over the border, is the Glashütte, the observatory. And Wempe uses them. And it's Glashütte original and just Wempe, and that's it. -4 +6, 15 days, 5 positions. I mean, this is to a list, you know who's using that, obviously, Glashütte, etc. German brands. But it's very interesting to note that no mention of Audemars Piguet anywhere to be found. Nothing. Just Audemars Piguet does whatever Audemars Piguet wants, and they command it very high. It's high horology. It's one of the Trinity watches, one of the great watches of all time. However, they are beholden to no one, which is kind of a very interesting move for a brand like that. They have no kind of seal, no kind of certificate of other than a certificate of authenticity, papers. They don't adhere to any of that. And the majority of people say, well, they don't have to, which I guess is true. But, do Rolls Royces fail? The Trent 1000 engine by Rolls-Royce in Rolls-Royce Aviation, that's got lots of problems. Boeing's got to answer to a lot of things. Why in the world would everybody just trust them? It's very interesting how they're the only company out of that whole shebang that doesn't have any of that stuff. Interesting. Was that super duper boring? I just was fascinated by it. Anyway, Andrew Wolkowicz says Canada, 32,000 active duty military, but 59,000 working for the CRA, shows the government is more concerned with taking money from citizens than peacekeeping. Yeah, but you guys have socialized medicine. Just shut down the laptop, settling down with the first Are you having a martini right now? Fantastic. Fantastic, Aruni. Anyway, guys, it's time for everybody's favorite part of the show. It's the Gallery of Bastards, where I get to show off what you guys are all about.
The Gallery of Bashtards, send me the shots that sublime me and sour. The Gallery of Bashtards, you share them with me, and I share with the world.
Yeah. Let's start off with the incomparable Andrew Wolkowicz. Some kitty action, baby. Let me get rid of that comment. You share it with me, and I share with the world. Oh, look at that. We never get any action shots. Look at that. Oh, I see your head in the corner, too. Oh, look at you. Are you smoking 100s? 100s were invented for the ladies to elongate their fingers. Just saying. Because you look like a Marine. Oh, that's funny. I hope you don't smoke around your kitty cat. You have to have an air filter around them, because cats don't smoke. That's a great shot, though. that one's even better. Oh, Andrew, killing me. Mr. McLeod, Kermit Wednesday. Great. This is a Grail watch for many a person. Many a person indeed. Gorgeous. Look at that. And it looks kind of like almost like you got a big wrist, my friend. You definitely got a big wrist. Because look at that. You're almost ready for a deep sea there. Because that would swim on a lot of guys, not on you. It looks great. Amazing. Yeah. The Kermit. Everybody was after it. Or is that the Kermit or the Sermit? That's the Kermit, right? Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. You're beautiful. Beautiful. Mr. Mackenzie, Auntie Jude. Oh, he's getting his cocktail cart ready for tonight. Amazing. What do you got to come? Vermouth. Select with a polar on it and some Campari and some gin. You're all ready. You're all ready to make a Negroni there, pal. I would never drink a Negroni. Spagliato, sì. Negroni, no. Too much for me. I do love Select. I have to go get. I'm not a spritz guy in the cold weather, though. For sure, not my style. And there he is, showing off the Pola, listening to what's the greatest hit? Still in the still of the night. Here I go again. Is this love? Give me all your love tonight. Love Ain't No Stranger. It's one of my favorites. Who knows where the cold wind blows? Slide in. Whitesnake, great band. He made it so. Yeah, he has an interesting career. David Coverdale, the singer and leader of Whitesnake. He got picked out of a newspaper ad to be in Deep Purple and replace the great Ian Gillan. And he became a rock star at 20. And he was a rock star for about 5 years. And then he wasn't. Then he started Whitesnake, and Whitesnake took a very long time to get off the ground. And he was in his 40s when it exploded. It took a long time. Cat meme, my kind of cat. Angelo Minichello. Let's see what we got going on here. Con, sir. Gangster cat walking away from causing havoc. Ain't that the truth? I get caught up on all those memes and all those videos and all that stuff. And right now I'm getting so murdered by all the stories. And my friend Mimi's out there on the ground working for the Red Cross in California for the fires. And it's, listen, people have insurance and stuff. Cats and dogs and wildlife don't. So I'm not to try to take away from your funny meme, but that's true. And that cat is a gangster for sure. But yeah, and I'm just going to throw this up here because I haven't done it in a week. But anybody who's interested, like Drew B, the incomparable Drew B, who not only in the name of the Bashers gave to the PasadenaHumane.org Wildfire Relief Fund, he also saved beautiful, beautiful Eileen and or Kay, whichever they decide to go with. I'm just going to leave that up there because why not? You can just pass it around as much as we can, my friends. And speaking of Drew B, we got some shots from him. I like this lumberjacky look you got going on there. That's what is that material? Beautiful. Look at this Hamilton. It's a Hamilton day date. It's gorgeous. I love this watch. Absolutely love that watch. Incredible. He's a big Hamilton guy. It's great. I'm wearing my Waltham today. Oh, look at this. Did I have that off the screen? I did. Hold on. I got to put that back. I got to go back to how I had it before. Like that. There it is. I want the other way around, though. Right? I don't like it. I want to do it the other way. Okay. Then I'll do this. Then it'll work, right? You'd think I know how to use this shit by now, right? That's the way I want to do it. Yay. Looks great. That shirt looks really super comfy. Then we got multiple. I thought we had multiple pictures here. Didn't we? Wait a minute, Drew. I thought we did. Why did I think there were more than that? It's beautiful, though. That Hamilton's gorgeous. I'm wearing my Waltham, my Angelo Minichello. Yeah, I call it my AM. I love this watch. Big crown. That's a big chunky crown. Anybody want to see it? This is the Fielded Marine. I know I've talked about it a million times on the show, but it is a beauty. And she's a chunky monkey. And yes, I kept the stickers on the back, Angelo. I just don't. If I can keep a sticker on a watch, I keep it. There we go. It's a great looking watch. Handsome watch. I love your vintageness there, Mr. Drew. In honor of 26. Oh, this is hilarious. From Angelo Minichello. It's so cold, this used to be a full-size screwdriver. Is that a metaphor, my friend? Are you being metaphorical? Oh my God, you guys are. Oh, Andrew with the picture of the. Oh, wow. This makes my heart go a flutter. Can I just say that? Can I just say that? Can I just say that? Look at that handsome bloke in his iBashers hoodie. Look at that, looking so great. Oh man, thank you, Andrew. What a treat. Oh, look at that full thing. What are you wearing there, too? Let's look at the watch. What do you got going on there? Oh boy, I can't tell what that is from here. Is that Boulevard action? You're such a handsome bastard. You look at you. Looks great on you. Right size? Thanks, pal. Oh man, that makes us so happy. Thanks, pal. It's Seiko. Okay, cool. Oh, Seiko. Look at that thing. Looks great. Somebody got a manicure, huh? Look at that. I was talking about that yesterday. Do you do it yourself? I have a little bit of jealousy about guys who have long nail beds. It's much more attractive. You have very attractive nail beds. I don't know if anybody's ever told you that before. But, when people have longer nail beds, it's an attractive look. Hand models will not get hired unless they have them. Isn't that funny? Because my friend Frankie was a hand model. I knew him well. Angelo Minikillo, Lard OLED pen. Oh, hey, little pen action today. How cool is that? Speaking of how we do things over here at the iBashers Network and how he does it, we're going to get to see and experience Angelo Minikillo, Yard OLED, since 1822. I've never heard of this brand in my life. Okay. I know Land O'Lakes. I know Man Oh Man. Wow. Oh, wowie kazowie. That's insane. I don't know anything about this brand, but man, it's fancy. I love. Is that black or navy blue? I think it's navy blue. It's like Yankee blue, as they love to call it. I live in New York, but I'm a Mets fan. I'm not a Yankee fan. So I used to think that the pinstripes were black and white, and somebody said, no, it's Yankee blue. And I was like, I don't really care. I don't hate them, but I just, don't care. That's beautiful, Angelo. Well, I think that's a pen that anybody would enjoy. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Thanks, Angelo. You rock. We rock. Yeah, that's a tough beat. That's the incomparable Vinny Appice. Vinny Appice, yeah. Hey, we haven't had one of these in a while. Ladies and gentlemen, the incomparable Julian sharing his wake. Thank you so much. Let me pull that off. Since we're looking at art, I will take my come on, where are you going? Where are you going? To Scarborough Fair. Angelo Minikillo with a beautiful watch box. Thank you. Now let me get this back on the screen the right way. Boom, ba-doom, doom, doom. Oh, look at this. Oh my God, this is haunting, Julian. Very haunting. What do you got going on here? Oof. Fantastic. Wow. Oh, that's incredible. Is that the inside of a tank? Sank Side HW and Company. It looks to me like what's going on down there? There's a person. Is it looking through the door in order to put? Is that a coal bin or an oil bin? I don't know. You never know with Julian. Oh, this is a whole new concept out of you. Wow, very cool. Like a serving tray. This is very, very, speaking of the incomparable David Lynch, very Lynchian. Modus. Very cool. Is that a store that I don't know about? I love that. Crooked Teeth guy. Oh, that's quite cool. These are kind of Art Deco-y. It's a whole new series you're doing here. Wow. Amazing. Beautiful, beautiful textures. He's the king of texture. And that's the bollards. That was the word I couldn't come up with the other day. And you guys, Paul would kill me for not knowing bollards. Bollards. Very cool. Ah, this is cool. Is these rail ties, Julian? Is this like a ferry or a trolley system? And what are the real colors? This reminds me very much of Eero Saarinen or one of the great Populux mid-century modern architects. I know a lot of people think this is brutalism and like Santa Lucia, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I don't think so. I think I like it. I like a lot of brutalism. I think it's cool. Beautiful stuff. Thank you, Julian. Thank you so much. You're a maestro. Maestro. Thank you, Killer. Incredible. Who do we got up next in the Gallery of Bastards? Where are we? Desiree. Melly C. Eminem Madness. Eminem Madness. Malkin Mindy Madness. Quizzical beauty. Hey, Mork. Oh, look at you. He's looking so great. He's really filled out. He's looking so on his game. Oh, look at him. He's very shimmery. He's got such a beautiful coat, such great colors. We all love Mork. We love you, Mork. He's a honey bunny. You could tell. I mean, come on, you guys, with that cat. Oh, look at you. I think that this might be the most frameable Mork ever, right? Why did it get frozen here? No. Go back to it. That's it. Frameable. Beautiful boy. Oh, and there she is. She's like, why are you looking at him when I'm so beautiful? The Mint. The devil woman. She's just a devil woman with evil on her mind. She's just a devil woman. She's beautiful. We love her. We love the Mint. Oh. They know how to find it, don't they? They know how to find it. Oh, thank you so much. That's the frameable. That's the one. That's the frameable one. It's beautiful. Because he doesn't always pose like she does. She's a great poser. I mean, he's just so beautiful there. Thank you, guys. Very sweet of you. Let's get a look. Let's get a little beautiful boy. We love him. Thank you. Thank you so much. Fergal McDermott. Oh, here's some Chris Ward action. You are the maestro of Chris Ward, my buddy boy. You sure are. That is such a beautiful piece, man. Amazing. Amazing. Wow. Everybody's loving the Mork shots. He doesn't get it, because he's always like scrunched up or something. We really got to see him. He's a beautiful boy and we love him. This is the caliber 1101 Mark III. This is look at the difference. Their design language. I'm telling you, Chris Ward is crazy. Now that's the era you prefer more of them. Before they had that. I love that logo that they have. I think their logo is super duper cool, man. Mike Allen with some vintage Citizen. Look at this. When I was a kid, Citizen was the official sponsor of the U.S. Open, and then it became Rolex. I love the rice bead bracelet. This is a classic. Hey, Joe, remember when we were kids in the 70s and all the Gavoni guys would be going to the store and the bar? This was like what a gentleman's watch looked like back in the day. You have a gold watch, a great tan. That was what a gentleman's watch looked like back in the day. Beautiful. Oh, you just took this now? It's great. Classic, man. You got to hold on to those things. They're amazing. Classic. Citizen was, I remember, it was a big company when I was a kid. It was like everybody talked about them. Everybody. Hey, here's Addison and Charlie from my friend and yours, Shag Daddy. Oh boy, with your Christmas blanket. Oh, your house is still all Christmased out. Oh yeah, well, is there anything better than the sunshine? when the lady was always trying to find the sunshine. She'd move throughout the day, patio, kitchen window, bedroom window, wherever the exposure was. Because I have exposure on 3 sides. You beautiful black and white maniac. If they had thumbs, they'd rob a bank. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks, Pat. Shag Daddy, everybody. The incomparable Shag Daddy. Mr. LaFaro, too cold. Ooh. Is that where you are? I know where you are. Look at that. Yikes. 4 snow? Where? No, I don't know where you are. Because it's cold here, but it's not 4. And it's not snowing here. But Mecca, are you in a plane? Are you in a plane right now? You might very well be. Are you a pilot, Joe? If it is, we have a whole other show to do. Whole other show. And to round it off, Mr. McGurk. Oh, who is this? Oh, my God. Her name is Bonkers, and she's 16? Oh, my God. Happy birthday and happy 16 years, you beautiful Bonkers baby. Oh, man. Is she yours, Shane? Wow, she's a beauty. Hey, Bonkers. What a celebration to be 16. Oh, man, I had my dingo, my dog, till she was 17, and I'll tell you, it was 17 years not enough. Hello, Bonkers. Everybody's going to fall madly in love with you now, Bonkers. What a great name. Her name is Bonkers. Oh, my God. Fantastic, man. Thank you so much. You rule. You rule the world. Thank you, guys, for the gallery today. Amazing.
The Gallery of Bashtards. Send me the shots, the sublime views of words. The Gallery of Bashtards. You share them with me, and I share with the world.
Andrew says, great looking Hamilton. Yeah, everybody's got a Hamilton thing. Great. Everybody's going for that Hamilton, baby. It's a great watch. Yeah, sure. He's starting a revolution with that thing. Dean says, Daniel had it 8 years. Prefer the Starbucks bracelet. It's just superior, but the 5-digit has a charm about it. I agree, indeed. I'm not the biggest. I don't like the ceramic dials. I never did. I don't like them. I like the anodized dials. Something vintagey about them. They just got bigger and fatter and stuff. But the bracelet, maybe so, yeah. Daniel says, remember George Costanza? It was cool. Oh, yeah. That's the shrinkage episode. Women don't know about shrinkage. God. The situations that guy got in, and that's on the show Seinfeld. Seiko, great. Let me just make sure I get everybody in the house. Dino says, I get a non-date black dial version of the sub in the T-digit. At some point, you have to have the classic, and you do. I do have a Simply Submariner in my collection, like the Speedy. It's a keeper. Yeah, indeed. Oh, cool. Watch by Hamilton, shirt by Pendleton. Love that. That's pretty great. I love that shirt. I'm actually going to go look that shirt up because it's very cool looking. It looks very comfortable. Yardo led official purveyor to the Royal. Oh, is that right? Is that right? Wow. That's got the royal seal on it, like Bollinger. Isn't that the official champagne to the royal family? I know that the royal family, when Charles and Diana got married, I believe it was Petrus for everyone. You saving for that, Speedy? It's a slog to have to save all the money. Yeah, saving is, some people are good savers and some people just are not. Ray says, as a hoodie expert, that looks very high quality. Looking forward to getting mine in 2026. It's Eddie Bauer. It's Eddie Bauer quality. So it's, yeah. They're like $100 hoodies. They're not like, cheap Motley Crue swag. They're good stuff, man. It's high end stuff. Fit for a basher, my darlings. Danny Gutierrez says, I know at the end, it's very rewarding to get your Grail, whether it be a sound system or a great timepiece. It's all worth it. It sure is, man. Well, accomplishments of any kind are great, that you work hard for, striving for something and achieving it. It's the, as Trump would say, it's the American dream. It's a very well made hoodie. That's great. You couldn't make us even happier. Everybody's loving the pics of Mork. Oh yeah, because he's beautiful. And you know what? She took away. She takes so much of the limelight because she's a devil woman and she knows how to pose for the camera. And he always, we always catch him in repose. So it was great to see him out in front and center because he's beautiful. I remember the time I used to go to this place, Joe. I don't know if you're a New York or New Jersey kind of guy. There was a place called Salerno's, and I believe it was Woodhaven Boulevard, maybe. And we used to, big night out for us for an Italian dinner would be going to Salerno's. And you go in there, and there'd be all these guys with gold watches and, open collars and hairy chests, and they're all at the bar, and they're all, having a cigarello. That was my life as a kid in the 70s. That was the look. Maybe a gold chain, the cornuto, one of those things. Crazy stuff. I remember those bracelets though all over the place, and it just brings back so many memories. Incredible stuff. Andrew says, "Hello, bonkers." Yeah, not a pilot, but that was on my dashboard this morning. Oh yeah, God, 4 degrees. Yeah, it's tomorrow's supposed to be the coldest day of the year, I believe. So look out, kids. Look out, kids. She's Layla's and my family. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you, Shane. Thank you for sharing bonkers. Minus 21 Celsius right now. Look, I want to know, like, when the explorers were coming in, they must have showed up there in the summertime and just said, "Yeah, look at this land. It's big, it's beautiful mountains. It's great. Plant my flag. You think we're gonna stay here?" And then the winter came, and they were like, "Oh fuck." Nobody went there in the winter and said, "This is the place." And think about it. We didn't have Eddie Bauer coats, and we didn't have puffy jackets and Uniqlo. That was just animal hide and fur and stuff, lamb skin and lamb's wool. Joe Farr with 20 balloons. Great show. Oh, thank you, Joe. Thanks so much, man. I'll give you a big giant boom for that. Thanks for supporting the show, my dearest. Let's give you the big one for that. Boom. You rock. Dun, 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 dun. Wow, that's a hard beat to play. Any drummers? Oh, that's a good one, Drew. Ask Andrew if he could play We Rock. That's a difficult beat. Dun, 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 dun. See, I'm not a drummer. I'm just a closet wannabe drummer. Big time. GG199 Super Show Dirkus. Thanks, buddy. Thank you, Consa. Shamey G Super Sticker. Thank you, boys and girls, very much to support. Hey, we love it. Thank you for keeping us on the air. Grateful to everybody. Dean 399 Super Sticker. I love the Super Sticker. Super Sticker. Super Sticker. Boom. I raised Dean. Okay, we're gonna have to go up. We're gonna go up in videos. Drew says Andrew's working on your Deep Purple song. What did he think when he heard that? Did he think it was the craziest thing? Because during the verse, Andrew, I've shared his Instagram link. Andrew bangs drums, right? Incredible young drummer, and I gave him a song that I always thought was one of the craziest drum things. In the verse of the song, it's like a solo. There's like a drum solo going on behind the vocals, which is crazy town. Absolutely crazy town. I hope he enjoys it and all that stuff. Dino, he upped it even more. $4.99 Super Sticker. Where are we gonna go? We're gonna go Gong Woman. Namaste. Or as my dearly departed yoga instructor used to do at the end of the show, he'd be like, "Namaste, motherfuckers." I love him, and he departed this earth way too young. What a beautiful guy he was. Marco, I love you, man, up there. I haven't practiced yoga since he left this earth, and I just would never be the same without my incredible instructor, who I Loved him. He used to play harmonium and turn the lights out. He's the guy that used to put the eucalyptus wrap on your head. And if you were lucky, he'd walk on your back during. He was an incredible guy, incredible dude. And I loved him, and he was amazing. Guys, thanks so much for everything. You guys rule the world. Thank you so much. Thank you for the support, you guys, at the end of the show. It was really sweet. You guys are great. We got Dino and Shane and Dean and Shane. You guys are having a little super chat fight. Joe LaFaro with the big 20 and Andrew, as always. And also, again, since we're talking about support, my beautiful, beautiful, incredible Patreon Pantheon. Thank you guys for all that you do. And Shane McGee topping it all up for the benefit of Mr. Kite. There will be a show tonight on Trampoline. You guys are hilarious. Thanks to everybody who comes in every day. It's a daily show. Dirk Daily, great to have you on the show. I love all you guys. You've been the best. Peace and love to all of you. Remember to hold the door open. Remember to say please and thank you. And remember, if you encounter unkindness, give that person the benefit of the doubt. You never know what they're going through. They could be having a shitty day. It could be really cold outside. You don't know. Give them the benefit of the doubt and enough room to hang themselves. Because you know what? Who cares? Who cares? They could be the greatest person in the world, or maybe they're just a Thanks, Drew.